Okay, this time there's no introduction, nothing like that. We're just gonna go right into
Okay.
it. Okay, so pretty much you were saying um, it's very difficult to get into a relationship
In
nowadays,
this generation,
this
yeah.
generation. And you
So
was
that
like,
means this generation is worse.
yeah, tell
I
us
feel
about it.
like this generation doesn't respect or understand like the effort that you have to put in for a relationship or to
Mm,
make it work. Because I feel like a lot of people in this generation kind of just give up so quickly when things get hard and they decide to like go find somebody else because they don't want to work on whatever they're working on with that person just because it's too hard. You get what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so I don't know. But that was the experience I had before. Now, I got a man now. So, yeah.
She got a man now.
Hey, that's that is so true, because I mean it makes dating so difficult nowadays, right? For example, right, good example recently, right? Like was talking to this girl and stuff, and in her mind she just felt like um I probably just wasn't like all into her, right? Without like her even like bringing that to me, like try to ask like why like you did not do this specific thing, just try to understand my own point of view of it, right? And what happened actually, she just like disconnect herself, and I had to reach her, right? Because I mean I gave her like space for some time also, and I reached her. I was like, all right, what happened and stuff like that. And she was like, I just feel like I would be wasting my time pretty much.
Mm.
Then I asked her, what makes you think that, right? Just because in the past, guys I've dated, they did the same thing and stuff like that. And at that point, I was like, okay, that's like you experienced like someone else, right? But you don't know exactly where I was coming from at the time. So,
Hmm.
but at least like you need first of all like you need to ask and like have those conversations and try to understand exactly what everyone is looking for, right?
Mm.
That's one. And two, like when you come into something like with the mindset of just I'm not fully into it, or I'm gonna look for like the slightest thing, then I just take myself out of it.
Hmm.
Like
Mm.
how long you gonna keep doing that?
Right.
Because all the time, I mean, for the most part, like you're always gonna try to look for all the stuff, and pretty much you're setting yourself up to just not be into like anything serious for a long time. Because
Right.
when you're playing it like out of fear, like you're so fearful from the outcome of it, even though like you don't even know what the outcome is,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people nowadays are just moving based on fear, which is fine, right? Because like you're protecting yourself and you're supposed to do that, but at the same time, like when you move with too much fear, like you're not giving yourself the right like um um putting yourself in the right place for like somebody that is really serious.
Mm.
And if it happens, let's say if I was like on the other side of it also, right, where after like she has left, right, and I never brought that thing up, right, then
Hmm.
we could have just like easily separate, even though like we just never know at all like where this thing could have been. Like
Hmm.
two people just decide to like just split up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely said something like a good point, but um, it's hard. It's hard trying to because a lot of times people just don't want to put in the effort. Like they just say, oh, okay, maybe they didn't text me or they didn't say good morning. Maybe that means they're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly,
I
like
feel like that's where communication
Yeah.
comes in though, because when you understand each other and you're able to like talk about like how do you want to be loved, because some people don't really like being around
Hmm.
somebody for a long period of time. Some people need their own space, but if you don't tell that person that, they're automatically going to go to, oh, this person don't like me no more, oh, they not messing with me. So that's why communication is really really important, and this generation don't be doing that.
I feel also I believe like we tend to put emphasis on things that don't matter in terms of relationship
Mm.
wise. We focus on those things a lot where rather than focusing on the individual, like, okay, what are you getting from this and what am I getting from this? It's like, no. what are you getting me? Or the other person's like, oh, what are you getting me? You know, it's like that's all that stuff. You can achieve those stuff once you're in a relation with the right person or with someone who loves you the way you wanted to be loved. You know, you can still achieve those stuff, but it's like right off the jump, it's like, oh, what are you getting me? Or
You mean like materialistic
materialistic
things?
type
Yeah.
stuff. You know, where all that stuff is like some people, it's like a red flag right away. Because then it's like, oh, this is what you value first.
Yeah.
You know, rather than valuing the relationship, like what do you see us like? What do you see us in the next? Or
It's
do you want
crazy.
this to be something serious?
Yeah, it's a lot of women out here and men, but a lot
Yeah.
of women out here who will literally be like, "Oh, if he's not taking me to an expensive restaurant, then I don't want to mess with him." And it's like, well, what if he's like the perfect guy? You know, there's no such thing as a perfect guy, but what if he is close to it, and you saying that you don't want to date him because he won't take you to a 5-star restaurant? Like, really? Like, just because he got you McDonald's, you're a little mad? Like, I don't know. I just feel like some women they be looking for the wrong things.
Yeah, that's true, right? Because I mean, when it comes to relationship, like usually it's two people that like wouldn't mind like compromising some things, right, in order to make the other person feel at least a little bit happy. Because no two exact people are ever the same, right? And I mean, sometimes we've seen cases where people be like, I want this, my future person to be like this, is like have like a whole checklist, which is sometimes it's very unrealistic, right? I mean, you may possibly get that person, but you probably gonna wait for a very long time, and by the time you get to that person, maybe that person don't even want to be with you. So
I feel like everybody is always going to have something about them. So
Right.
it's just like, what am I willing to deal with?
Yeah.
You know?
that's
And
exactly.
I also feel like if you're in a relationship with the person who loves you, they're gonna do anything for you. You know, even if they may not be rich, but I promise you, they will save every bit of dollar that they have just to make you happy. You know, but if that's what you're looking for right off the gate, it's like, okay, then you talking about this, then maybe you don't really want to talk to the person. You want to
Right.
talk to the material, like what the person can offer to you, right? You're not even in a serious relationship with them yet. You know, rather than just try to be in a relationship with them.
Right.
And if they love you and you love them as well, you're gonna rip off the benefit. It's just what it is. Because I guarantee you, no guy or no woman, is ever gonna be like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do something special for my partner. Everyone want to do it.
I feel like social media kind of messes it up for relationships, like regular relationships, because a lot of people see like women getting bags and cars and stuff like that, and they just like, oh, I expect that from a man. And then
I am not settling for nothing less.
exactly. But it's like that's not your reality, so you
Yeah.
can't really expect
not.
that.
We don't have those kind of money. Those people, we cannot compete with those people. I'm telling you, man.
You know what's the funny thing? Actually, there's a research that came out, right? Pretty much asking like most people that have been in a relationship for like a very long time, and the trend that came up like amongst those people, right? It's like they typically don't even put their relationship online. Like they don't post their relationship online. Those are usually the happier ones in their relationship. Or it's like I mean everyone else I want to show how happy they are in their relationship. And what that does is like me and you that are single, right? Or me and you that we're in a relationship, we may have like a little bit differences. We get to see them happy all the time, going on dates and stuff like that, and we become jealous, even though they're not even posting like when they having the same issue we are having, or they probably have like a worse situation than us, but you don't see that online, and we just tend to just look at them like, oh man, why can't we be like that? And if we can't be like that, then start causing us small problems and stuff, to the point where like we end up breaking up. Then a couple months later, or a couple years later, you go back to that same person that was so happy with that person, right? They're probably not with that person anymore either. They moved on, or they single now. So what did you really take from that? At this point, both of you are single now, or they're not with that same person that they were so happy about on social media.
I think once in a while, it's good, yeah, to post your partner. If like a occasion, like let's say their birthday or anniversary, yeah, you can do it, but it shouldn't be like to the point where you're rubbing off people now, where it's like, oh, my man got me this bag. Now you're like everywhere
Right.
you trying to show it up. The other women don't have that,
Right.
but they might feel some kind of
Like it
way.
shouldn't come from like a bragging place.
Right. They're gonna take it, go back, oh, why aren't you getting me this? My friend this, and so it's like that kind of messes up the whole relationship in terms of it. But I think it's becoming like it's coming to a point where it's really gonna be hard, where nowadays gonna be a lot of single people.
There's more single people now, man,
That's
than ever. The funny thing, there's actually so the rates of virgins, right?
I know
Like
where this is going.
virgin male, right? It's actually at the highest than it's has ever been
That's crazy.
right now. There's a whole lot of virgin males, and there's a whole lot of things contributing to that. One, it's I mean, guys just not able to like get like the average guy just not able to get like nice woman. Two, like men now are just like focused on playing video games and stuff. They just at home. So a lot of guys just don't have that social experience, like actually stand up to like a woman, like approach them regularly. Because now like everything's done online. Like people go on dates
my
on
goodness.
online. People find like
Yeah.
their partners on all the dating apps and stuff. So
Yeah, that's a high
It would be
number.
crazy if we had to go back to like ancient times and we had to like actually go out and meet the people. Because you're right, everything is online. Dating, you can find sex online. Like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Man,
and
I
it's also
remember.
difficult to just find like focus on like one person that right because one, I mean before social media right, like the finest lady in the city right. It's always the finest lady in the city. Like you just don't know who else is in Maryland. Like like your circle is like really small, so you get to like be very careful like who you choose and all that because one like they you live in the same place with them. Like you've seen them around and you know them and stuff like that. But now even like the finest girl in Alexandria, now she has to compete with the finest girl in New York because of her social media, right?
Everything is competition on
It's,
social
yeah.
media.
So it becomes very difficult now because I mean, the scope is just big in there.
I think that's why a lot of women nowadays are getting like their body done and stuff too because
Yeah.
it's competition and they just like, oh, I gotta look like that in order to get a man. And it's like now
You
men are
don't-
starting to change their mindset and they're like, we actually don't even like all that fake stuff anymore. So it's like you done did all of that to your body for what?
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to appeal to the different kind of man, but again, those men might not be a husband material. They might
Sure.
just be like one night or just give you money and that's it. Don't even marry you, make you have kids for them. That's it. But they might not be like a man that wants to stay with you forever.
Right.
But that's what they were looking at. That's why they were doing all the stuff like getting their body done. But which I feel like, well, just give me that money, man. Wherever, because that's a lot of money. Like you check, shoot, that industry, plastic industry, man, plastic surgery industry, they make a lot of money. Those
I
doctors.
mean, but depending on your profession, like I know strippers, they can write it off. To get their body done, they can
Really?
write it off. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I guess there's always a loophole to like the systems. There's always a loophole, so you just gotta be smart about it.
Wow.
I
Okay.
didn't know that.
That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's someone for everyone. So you just have to, I guess, be you, do what's best for you, I guess, and focus on what you want. Eventually, because I
That's
feel like
realistic.
yeah, just be realistic about it. Because I guarantee, man, the ones who are not, realistic about themselves, they're always going to be disappointed in life. You have to, even I blame some guys as well, because, damn well, you can't that that woman is the way they dress. That's what they're looking for. And then you're trying to go. You can't even afford her.
And they try to live up to their
Right.
It's like being
expectations, and then they be
delusional, right?
broke. And
Right.
then later on, the woman expecting all of that, and you can't do it anymore.
You can't. So don't even try
Yeah.
it. Just stick to your lane. And
Right.
you'll be happy. I swear to God.
That is so true, man.
But-
that is so true.
No, yeah, because I seen a lot of guys complaining, or some of them talking about, oh, I want this one, but this and that. I'm like, man, listen, you trying to approach the wrong woman. Like, just plain simple. Like, she got, let's say you got 900. The man got like 900 followers, and she got like 10,000. You think you gonna get her, right? You gotta be up to her level,
Right.
and then you can probably sell
Unless
to
she
her.
looking for something
Right.
like that, then
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard now. It's really hard now.
One thing else I want to touch on. What's his name? There's a popular video online, right? So it's a porn star giving a marriage advice.
Yes.
Oh.
You guys have seen that?
Isn't that Maya Khalifa?
She
Yeah.
literally got married 3 times and been divorced 3 times before 30. How? Like, how? That's great. She's like
Yeah.
27.
I saw it on
What?
Twitter.
She's only
She's
27?
like 27, 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about advice, though?
No. I thought at that point, you might as well just date people and then see what you like. If you don't like them, then dump them. But you're going to get married to them and then divorce them. Probably because you're trying to get money, but,
I think probably her advice was just coming from her experience. Not saying she has like a successful relationship. It's just like based off of the worst relationship that she had. So she's giving advice based off of that. That's what I think. I don't, it's not saying, oh yeah, I've been in a, successful, no. Because we know she hasn't, but it's just sometimes you learn from your, worst experience. So maybe that's what she's, I guess, giving her insight on, like telling people.
I feel like marriage is going to have its ups and downs. So for you to just be like, oh, when you don't like that person anymore, just divorce them. Like, I feel like that's just unrealistic.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like, you got to go through the hard times. It's a lot. It's going to be rough patches. Like Michelle Obama, she said she's had, I don't know how long they've been married, but she said she had like 30 good years and then she had 10 like really just rocky years. So it's going to come. It's inevitable. But it's about how you feel about that person and what effort you're willing to put into keeping a relationship like going.
That's true. Because a lot of times people just are they easily give up. It's like something happened. Oh yeah, I'm gone. Of course, I'm not saying you should cheat, but just little stuff, little stuff. Try to work it out. Because that's the purpose of you being married to that person. You can't just marry to that person and all of a sudden you want to leave now. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a world now, too, where, like, divorcing is, like, so easy, man. Like, I mean, the rates are so
But
high.
it's bad
like,
now.
Like, it's normal now, right? Because, like, people just like you said, right? People get into, like, into this stuff and all that. And a lot of people just say, it's just a paper that we signed. Like, we really not supposed to, like, go through all the stuff. But, I mean, it's just not, that's just not the way it's supposed to be, because it becomes to a point where, like, it's so very scary now. It's like, I actually want to marry.
Yeah.
Because you just feel like, man, the person that I'm trying to get with, like, they're probably just going to feel like, man, once things start hitting, like, the rough path, like, we're just done. She's just going to, like, divorce me, or he's just going to divorce me and stuff. So
Yeah, I
it makes
think
it,
that's
like,
why a
very
lot of
difficult,
people-
so.
I think that's why a lot of people are like going the prenup route now.
Yeah.
Because they're so scared that, oh, if I get married to this person, they're going to take everything I got or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate
It
because I
is.
feel like, in my opinion, I feel like prenups are like, I don't trust you.
I mean, but not
That's-
saying, to me, not saying they don't trust you, but it's saying I don't trust the system. Because guess what? Even if it might, she of course, no one goes into marriage and then plan on divorce except if you married to these celebrity and they want to do them.
Now, a lot of
That's
people
a
do
scam.
that, man.
No, but let's just say, right, you're a regular person, you married to this person, right? Their intention is not like, oh, I'm gonna just divorce and then get your money. No, but it's the way the system is set up, it makes people take advantage of it. So that's why nowadays most guys don't want to get married. Because if they don't want to sign a prenup, and if the woman don't want to sign a prenup, they're like, oh, I'm not getting married. Like, no, but that's the scary part. Because let's say, I'm gonna just speak for myself. I work for something. Let's say I'm 30, 28. For the last 28 years, I've been working for something, and I finally achieved it. And then now I'm married to someone. They come into my life. They were never part of my life when I was making that money. But then all of a sudden we divorced. They want to take half of it. Like, really,
Yeah.
that's gonna f me up mentally.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
get what
and that's
you're
like,
saying.
if I think about stuff like that and knowing people are not afraid to do it, like, you married to them and divorce you, I'm never gonna want to marry.
Okay, so what if you were in a situation where you got married, right? And you ended up building this lifestyle for yourself, getting all this money and everything, but she was there supporting you and everything, and y'all just end up getting a divorce. Do you feel like she's entitled to some of that you made, or no?
If she was with me when I didn't have nothing, and then we both, she was with me when I built it up. Sure, I don't have a problem. But it's like, the problem that I have is
If she just come in
she
after,
just come in
Yeah.
after the success.
That I
Man,
understand.
that is like,
that I understand.
of course, if we have kids, I'm gonna support my kids, and of course, if they was like, okay, well, I have to give her something, yes, I'll give her, but demanding that I should give her half of my wealth, like, that's like, yes, I'll probably give you 10% of it, sure, that's, because I'm a businessman, that's what I do, I'll build it up, but then I give you everything, like,
yeah,
That's why I think it's important when you get married. Like, you should have your bank account. I got my bank account, and then we have a joint one. But like maybe like 75% of everything that we make goes into that joint one.
that's where you guys
You
pay
feel me?
bills and
Yeah,
everything comes from
exactly.
there, yeah.
And then whatever we have in our personal, that's yours. You feel me? And whatever you make personally, that's yours. So yeah. And I feel like it just stops the arguments of like just money in general.
that's very interesting though, coming from you, right? Because I mean, a lot of you know, some women feel like I mean, whatever they keep is theirs, right? But whatever the man brings in is both of theirs, which is fine, right? I mean, traditionally that's how it's supposed to be. Like the man's supposed to, share his wealth with the wife, but and the wife should keep their own stuff. But it's been done like the complete opposite way now, right? Or it's like before, like it's in the best interest of the family. Like you see, the woman tends to do that, but with the best interest of like raising, making sure the family has been raised up like in a proper way. Whilst now it's just like a money making machine type of stuff. You know, I keep mine, and you just you also give me yours, and it becomes very scary for like a lot of people. But at the same time, we see how can I say this? Yeah, it's just very difficult on a lot of people, right? But which is I mean, it's very crazy because really like you feel like in a very successful home or like a very happy family, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Well, it's just the opposite way now. And in most cases also like people that know like I mean couples that know what each other is bringing into the table have like a better sense of it. They also tend to be like happier, because we both know this is what we bring in. So one, what it's that going to do, right? Like it's gonna help me and you control like how we spend our money, or like just understand like how everyone is spending their money, because money can have like a big impact too in like a relationship, right? And actually, like one of the biggest reasons why people divorce is because of lack of money and stuff. Because once someone is not able to like bring the rent home in like on time, like it's gonna start pressure. Like somebody gonna be pissed. Like, man, how come you didn't bring this? You didn't bring your own side of it. Now the landlord is like disturbing us and stuff, and that alone just already start like a huge you know
I think
fight.
I think what you said in terms of having like a main account and then have a personal account. I think that's good. Where exactly the main account where at least 75% of your paycheck goes in there. Of course, both of you guys know how much you guys are making, but that's where that main account. That's where you take in terms of paying bills and everything. So there's always going to be money in there.
Right.
So whenever where the problem comes in, if when let's say the other person was like, oh, I'm gonna just put 30%. And then it's like, oh, why? I thought we put in.
I mean, why would you want to do that though, to somebody that
No,
you know you?
that's
you
when that could bring up a problem, because if we agreed on 70% and then now you put in 40%, I'm like, what's the problem now?
Right.
But it makes sense to have different accounts and then have a main account where whatever you spend on that your personal account, that's I know you put a little bit of money in there. Same thing goes for me. Where you're not always gonna ask me, oh, where'd you get the money? Did you no? I use my personal account to buy this stuff. So my partner would never feel the need to ask me again. Like, well, what did I buy? Like, no, I know it's from my personal account. I'm never gonna ask you also, because I know the main account, that's for bills. We're not gonna use it to buy stuff for ourselves. It's for like,
unless it's for like the household or whatever.
right, or kids, stuff like that, which I think it makes sense.
What do you think about splitting responsibilities between you and the person you're dating when it comes to like bills, or like taking care of like the place? How do you envision that?
I hate when people automatically put women in the category of you should be cleaning and cooking and all of that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna make sure my house is clean. I'm gonna cook for my man, but I think that if I'm cooking, then you need to clean the dishes, or you need to put the kids to sleep or whatever. Like, it should be something that it's equal. If you're cooking, then I'll do those things. You feel me? Like, and as far as like the bills and stuff, I feel like it depends on how much you're getting paid. So if you're making $100K and I'm making 60, then I feel like you probably should do a little bit more, because you're making more than me, And I mean,
Or if the woman is the one making more,
then she should do more, Like, I think it should just be a balance, But I don't feel like that person who's making 60K should be trying to keep up with the person who's making more, Like, at the end of the day, y'all both living together, so you gotta make it work.
I think that's why having that one account, like the family account, I think comes into into play, because if you put in, it doesn't matter how much you make, but if you put in 75% of your paycheck and I put in 75, of course my own 75 is going to be a lot, because I'm making more. So
Right.
whatever we do in terms of paying, rather than me saying, oh, you need to handle this bill, I don't need to tell you, to use the main account, the money in there to pay the bill, and
Right.
I know to go in there to do the same thing.
Right.
So it's like less problem, where you don't really have to. It's not like a task per se. It's not like you have to do this. It's like we have one main account. Just use it, pay whatever bills. I feel like that's like, for me, that's like a good choice to do, rather than having.
it makes sense. That makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, man, you taking note, man, because when you. But yeah,
Everybody just gotta make sure they maximizing themselves, But yeah, it's another great topic also.
yeah, man, this is good. This is good, and at least we had 2 different episodes. So. Well, probably might be 3, right? 2.
I think it's 2, because the other one it's fairly below 50 minutes that we should. So,
Yeah, man. We appreciate it, though. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
This has been fun.
Any last words for the viewers?
I don't really have any last words, but make sure you guys follow me. Check me out on YouTube, Life with Amara B. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have that on the screen. Thanks again.
No problem.
And we're signing out.